Now it's the time for you to upgrade the way you look on camera without spending a huge amount of money into lighting setups, so that you can look from this to this. Let's do it! Now this is the lighting of this room without doing anything to it. As you can see, the light coming from the window is pretty much dominating everything else. And because I'm facing the camera, I'm not facing the window, I get super dark. The easiest thing I could do is actually take the camera and put it in front of the window so that the light coming out of it would light me up perfectly. But the thing is, in this room specifically, I don't like the background that I would have if I did that. So what I need to do is to find a way to get a better key light, which is the light that is going to light myself, and then I can think on the background and what's going on in my surroundings later. Rule number one is always take one light at a time. Now, you know what the environment looks like, you know how it looks like in camera. Let's take care of the one light that is going to be the primary one. Here's what I'm going to be using as a key light. My trustworthy ring light. This light should have a neon light that is dimmable. In fact, underneath here I can see that there is a wave to increase and decrease the intensity of the light. But where do I put it? Okay, now the ring light is kind of in front of me and I don't know exactly where to put it. What I know I don't want is to have the light right in front of me because it will pretty much flatten everything out. So I want to try a 3/4 angle either on the left side or to the right side. But given that the main light from the background is from this side, I want to give it more contrast, so I'm gonna try and put it on this side. Right, the angle might be good, but we have to adjust the setting on the camera because everything is completely blown out. So let's do that. The camera is set to manual exposure, which means I can decide my aperture and shutter speed, which is at the moment, aperture is at f2 and shutter speed is at 100th of the second, and ISO, which is the sensitivity of the sensor, is set to 800 ISO. But because I've got so much light now to deal with as a key light, I want to first change my ISO and drop it down to the minimum that it's available on my camera. Once I've done that, I can play around with my ring light again and see what kind of results I get. Now that's a little bit better. Now I've got a very cinematic look because my key light is on my left-hand side. Let's see what happens if I move the light on the opposite side. It's still okay on me, but the background now is being compromised. So you can see this moving shadow that is quite distracting. So I think the best position for this light is now where I had it before, on my left-hand side. As you can see, now my key light is doing the majority of the work, and everything that's happening on my background using my windows is only affecting the back of my head, and it's giving me a little bit of a rim light, which is nice. But at this point, I don't care if the sun goes up or down because it's only affecting a minimum amount of my lighting. And if you could block it out completely, it would be nice. So you can replace it with an artificial light that you can control as well. But since I have it there, I'm gonna use it. Now that my key light is under control, it's nice and exposing my face so you can see me clearly, what do I do about the background? Now the background should be as interesting and non-distracting as possible. So at the moment, I have got very messy background, but what I can do about it is to use the lights that are very warm and they're already there, just to set a little bit of contrast in lighting, and I can just do this. These are lights that are very low intensity, they're very warm, so it's gonna pretty much color the whole wall behind me with a nice orange. And what it does, it contrasts me for the background. And you could do this with any lamp you've got at home. Just make sure they're nice and warm, put them against the wall so that will give you a nice glow on your back. Compared to what I had before, it's a massive improvement. The only thing I've used is one ring light. It's 18 inches and it's dimmable, and that is the only thing you need if you think about your room and what you can use of the lighting you've got already at your advantage using this 3-point lighting setup. You've got your key light that is driving everything you're doing, so it's lighting you. Then you've got your rim light, which is lighting the back of your head and giving you a bit more contrast against the background. And the third light you need is something on the background, something to make the background interesting but not distracting. something that also is gonna contrast you from the background so that the attention is on you and not around your room. And when your lighting looks amazing, then you can start recording your videos. How do you do it the best way? You need a script, because without a script, you'll find yourself rumbling on camera forever and your attention rate will go down. So here's a video that can teach you how to create a simple YouTube script for your videos in about 10 minutes. So you know what you're gonna say, you will record it super quickly, and that's your next level production speed for your YouTube business and channel.